Have you ever stood in front of an ATM, typed in the amount you wanted, and watched as the machine whirred, clicked, and handed you exactly the right bills? It feels almost like magic. You ask for $80, and out comes 4 crisp 20s. No hesitation, no miscounting, no second guessing. But behind that little screen is a system doing far more work than most people realize. So how does an ATM know exactly how much money to give you? How does it physically count the bills so precisely? And what happens if something goes wrong inside the machine? Today, we're breaking down what's really happening every time you withdraw cash. From the digital checks with your bank to the mechanical systems that count money one bill at a time. And if you enjoy uncovering how everyday machines quietly work behind the scenes, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps us keep explaining the technology we all rely on but rarely think about. Now, let's take a look inside the ATM. At first glance, an ATM looks like a glorified vending machine for cash. You make a selection, press a few buttons, and money comes out. Simple. But in reality, an ATM is far more advanced than that. It's connected to global banking networks, runs on secure software, and relies on highly precise mechanical systems, all working together in real time. Every withdrawal involves encrypted communication, multiple layers of verification, and hardware designed to handle thousands of transactions without error. Before a single bill ever moves, the ATM has already made sure it's allowed to give you that money. And that entire process starts the moment you insert your card. When you insert your card into an ATM, the machine immediately reads the information stored on it. Depending on the card, that could be a magnetic stripe, an EMV chip, or both. That tiny chip contains essential data, your card number, and which bank issued it. Once the ATM reads that information, it sends a secure request through banking networks to your bank. Think of it as the ATM asking, is this card real? And is this person allowed to use it? This communication happens in just a few seconds, but it's fully encrypted. Your personal information is protected while the bank verifies your identity. Once the bank confirms everything checks out, the ATM allows you to move forward. Only then do you get the option to choose how much cash you want. Now comes the decision point. You enter an amount, let's say $80. The ATM sends another request to your bank asking 2 critical questions. Do you have at least $80 in your account? And are you still within your daily withdrawal limit? If the answer to both is yes, the bank sends back approval. If not, you'll see a message you probably recognize: insufficient funds or withdrawal limit reached. Until that approval comes back, the ATM will not touch its cash supply. No motors spin, no bills move. Only after your bank gives the green light does the machine move on to the physical part of the process. Inside every ATM are multiple cash cassettes. Each cassette holds a stack of bills of a single denomination: $20 bills, $50 bills, or hundreds, depending on the machine and location. Some ATMs only offer 1 or 2 types of bills. Others, especially those inside banks, can offer several denominations. When you request $80, the ATM software has to figure out how to build that amount using the bills it has available. If it only has 20s, it will dispense 4 of them. If it also has 10s, it might mix denominations depending on how it's programmed. This decision happens instantly, before any cash is actually moved. The ATM doesn't just grab bills randomly. Its software follows specific rules and algorithms to decide which cassettes to use. Some machines prioritize certain denominations. Others rotate which cassettes are used first to balance wear and tear on the internal parts. In some locations, ATMs even adjust their behavior based on usage patterns, giving out smaller bills more often during busy times, like lunch hours, when people tend to make smaller withdrawals. All of this planning happens before a single bill is pulled from a stack. Once the plan is set, the mechanical process begins. This is where the real precision comes in. Each cash cassette is equipped with a motorized feeder system. When activated, it pulls bills out one at a time, using friction rollers or suction mechanisms. As each bill moves forward, it passes through a series of sensors, often optical or infrared. These sensors count the bills, check their size, and measure thickness to make sure only one bill is moving at a time. If two bills stick together, the machine detects the error instantly. That's why you sometimes hear extra clicking or notice a short delay. The ATM is rejecting the bills and trying again. It won't continue until it's confident the count is perfect. Even with all that precision, problems can still happen. A bill might jam. Two bills might feed together. Or a sensor might detect a mismatch. When that happens, the ATM is designed to fail safely. If the error occurs before cash is dispensed, the transaction is usually cancelled and your account is not charged. If the issue happens after counting but before delivery, the machine records the incident. Your account might show a temporary charge that's automatically corrected shortly after. Every error is logged. Nothing is left to chance. Security is a huge part of ATM operation. Most machines have internal cameras that record activity inside the ATM, not just outside. Some high-end machines can even track which cassette each bill came from and log serial numbers. This means the ATM knows exactly what it handed out, when, and from where. That information helps banks investigate disputes, detect fraud, and balance the machine's inventory. So yes, when an ATM gives you cash, it really does know exactly what it gave you. ATMs don't create money. They're restocked regularly by armored transport services. When that happens, trained personnel open the machine, remove empty cassettes, load new ones, and carefully count everything going in and out. The ATM software is updated at the same time, so it always knows how much money remains in each cassette. Some machines even send automatic alerts when they're running low on certain denominations or when maintenance is needed. That's why ATMs rarely run out of cash without warning. Behind all of this is the ATM's software, the brain of the operation. It controls card authentication, communication with banks, cash planning, bill counting, and error handling. It also runs constant diagnostics to make sure sensors, motors, and networks are working correctly. This software is regularly updated to improve security and reliability. So while the screen might look simple, the system behind it is constantly working to prevent mistakes. ATMs don't hand out money randomly. They're intelligent machines built around layers of verification, precision mechanics, and strict security controls. From encrypted bank approvals to sensors that count bills one by one, every step is designed to make sure you get exactly what you asked for, no more and no less. The next time you hear that familiar whirring sound, you'll know there's a lot more happening than meets the eye. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let us know in the comments. Are there everyday machines or technologies you've always wondered about? Have a topic you'd like us to explore next? We read every suggestion, and we may even feature yours in a future video. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.